What's up, y'all? So today we're gonna be going over like how to make yourself a 400-meter athlete based off like all my studies and research over the past few months. Since I've been trying to get faster in the 400. So this is like a short presentation on like what I've learned and like summed it up. Yeah. So the traditional way. So when I was first researching this guy came up like quite a few on multiple YouTube channels, and this guy's name is Clyde Hart, and he had like a lot of endurance work, a lot of speed endurance work. Um, so as I was reading through all his workouts, his top four aspects to training the 400 was like technique and pace distribution. So he would be making these athletes go on a lot of distance running. There would be barely any top speed sprinting work, and it would be a lot more pacing. Um, he believed that during like throughout the whole year that you should be training in different phases, um, going into like progressive overloading, uh, like gradually increasing the distance. Training could be divided through the year. Each phase has its unique phase, meaning like some phases would have just only endurance and speed endurance. He would not have a specific phase on top speed. So he didn't really care about getting athletes faster. He cared more about athletes getting more endurance work. Um, and his fourth aspect to training the 400 meter was race strategy and mental prep. This is pretty good. I only really believe in I only really believe in like two or three of these points, and I'll go over them a bit later. Uh, so now this guy's name is Tony, Coach Tony, and he has created the Feed the Cats method. Um, and I've been listening to his videos a lot lately, and I really agree with him. Uh, some of his aspect, like the top four aspects of training the 400 to him is speed over endurance. Speed is more important than endurance. Speed creates endurance, but endurance doesn't create speed. Quality over quantity, which is kind of the same thing. Do less, achieve more is something he always says. The only way to get faster is to push the CNS, the central nervous system, to its limit. Uh, he's a big believer in record, rank, and publish, rest and recovery, being at your best. Today shouldn't affect tomorrow. Don't burn the steak, is what fantasy says. Coach Tony has produced like all his athletes have improved. There is no really like decline. Uh, some other channels that support this program was Jimson Lee from speedendurance.com, and he doesn't support this channel. Like he hasn't like reviewed Feed the Cats method, I think, but what he says is basically kind of the same thing that Tony says. Championship Fit, I don't know his name, but he's like a coach. He's a certified coach, and he has reacted to this, and he's given it a thumbs up, as well as Athlete X. See this, but they both see common like mistakes in the program. So the program doesn't like factor in like different traits of different athletes. So some athletes might be really weak in endurance or speed endurance. Some athletes might be really slow. It's just like a straight up everyone follows this program, and it is what it is. Whatever you are. Uh, this is mostly for younger people, because it's a lot of max velocity workouts, and that many like that could cause tissue damage and much more damage. So like for older people, like I'd say 20, I'll say 30, 40 would need like more tempo and less as so now I'm gonna go through like what I was doing. This is what I was doing initially. I was doing like a Monday was kind of like a speed work day, 6 by 10. These are flies, I think. Yeah. So 6 by 10, 6 by 20, 6 by 30, and a lot of vertical plyos and some strength training. Then on Tuesday I'll do like a 2 mile run, like at a pace though. So that stuff comes from like Clyde and the general coaching method of the 400. Wednesday was like 60 meters, 60-meter sprints. So kind of like acceleration day, I'd say. And we were doing horizontal plyometrics and lower body workout. On Thursday would be rest, so I'll be like light cross training. Um, Friday would be hills. Saturday would be a 150 by 3 or a 800. So quite a lot of stuff going on. And this is just in like phase 1. If you go through the next phases, like way more endurance, like 5 by 150s. Still that mile run every week, 3 by 200, 800, 60s. Then there's like 5 150s and then like 3 250s. So like a lot of speed endurance through the year. And then once we get to the taper and peak week, there's only like 1 350 and then 3 100s. Max effort is like it's not really recommended, I would say. What was going through my mind during making this program was really like all the 800-meter athletes I know were really fast in the 400, but I was marking it the wrong way. See, like in our district, it's not that fast. I'd say the 400 isn't that fast. All the 400s are above 50, just barely above 50. But all the athletes in our district were doing like 800 also paired with it. But when I looked at like the finals, then all the 400-meter athletes that won, they were doing the 4x1 relay, the 200, the 4x4 relay. So they were not touching the 800. Only one guy in the junior boys and like 2 guys in the novice boys in the top 5 final were doing 800. So what that leads me to believe is the 800 doesn't create fast 400-meter athletes. The 400 creates fast 800 athletes. That's what I'm led to believe. So now when I was creating my new program, it's not really done yet, but I got a pretty good idea of it. So in order to go sub 52 or sub 50, so your 200, so to go sub to 52, your 200-meter PB must be at least 24.3. Your 100-meter PB must be at least sub 12. Your 60-meter PB must be at least 7.61. Your 30-meter PB must be at least 4.32. Your 30-meter fly must be at least 3.4. Your 20-meter fly must be at least 2.3. And your 10-meter fly must be at least 1.09. Your top speed needs to be 20.52. According to a Zide performance calculator, my 200 estimated is a 26.48. My 100-meter is estimated, this is based off my 10-meter fly and my 30-meter fly. My 100 is 13.15. My 60-meter is 8.36. My 30-meter fly is 3.66. My 20-meter fly is 2.44. And my 10-meter fly is 1.2. The 30-meter and the 10-meter are absolute. All the other are just estimated. And my top speed is estimated to be 18.63 miles per hour. So I looked at the priority. Top speed is very low, and it's essential to maintaining a sub max speed in the 400. So top speed is definitely my priority. Speed endurance is very minimal but exceptional for top speed. Needs work but can't train speed endurance if there's no top speed. I think it was Coach Tony who said that, but I don't 100% remember who said that. But I heard it from somewhere, and I really agree with that. You can't train speed endurance if there's no speed. So in phase one, so my top speed, this phase is gonna be like 25 weeks. Really, I only have two phases or three phases really. So all right, so yeah, so on Tuesday, I would be doing only 3 time sprints. So first, we're gonna start with 10 drills that Coach Tony really recommends. 30 seconds rest between sprints. 10 meter, 20 meter, 30 meter fly, just once. So after and 5 minutes rest between both of them or all of them. And I need to make the most out of each rep, really. And then we do the same thing on Saturday and in between those 2 days. So like on Wednesday and on Sunday would be an X Factor day. Now, for the next phase, I haven't finished it yet, but we're gonna have the Monday, uh, and then like we're gonna replace one of the days with speed endurance, and some of the drills that he recommends is the 25-second sprint, the 4x4 predictor, and a few others. I'm gonna be implementing those into my practice, and I really call my speed endurance workouts top speed endurance, just to emphasize like, hey, you're not running a tempo, you're sprinting 150 meters. Uh, that's pretty much it. And I think after a few weeks, I'll like come out with a video explaining how to run the 400 because Coach Tony really doesn't go into depth on how to actually run. He thinks it's just a full on sprint. I don't believe it's a full on sprint, but I believe sprinters make great 400-meter runners. And yeah, that's it.